Hey peeps, welcome back to the newest episode of Just Ask the G.O.A.T with yours truly, Neira the G.O.A.T. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed the podcast. If you're a returning guest, what's down, cousin? I'm so happy that you're back. Let's get into this week's episode.
So today we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship, being a creative, and what our bank accounts look like, child. Here's the thing, entrepreneurship is not a guaranteed paycheck, like ever. And that is the beauty and the burden of being an entrepreneur. In this episode, we're gonna dive into the emotional ups and downs of being a creative entrepreneur. Cause child, there are many. And I'm going to do my best to explain how to separate your self-worth from what's in your bank account. And I'm going to encourage you how to keep on showing up no matter what it looks like. Today, I want to speak to my fellow creatives and entrepreneurs, you know, the ones that gave up on their security for their purpose and their passions. The truth is, jumping into entrepreneurship is scary as shit. The path is often not clear, it's not linear, but you have this pull on your heart that is tugging you in this direction. Some days you'll have $3, some days you'll have $30,000, other days you'll have negative $300. But the key is you cannot allow what your bank account looks like to deter you from showing up every day in the way that you know that you need to. So unfortunately, we live in a society and a country that wires us to believe that the amount of money is synonymous with our value as a person. And that couldn't be further from the truth. We see it in the messaging in our music, in our entertainment, in these celebrities, and Lord knows social media has played a major role in shifting how we perceive money, how we choose to show up, and what all we want to show about ourselves. If you are not sold out on who you are individually, if you do not have a clear understanding of your self-worth and your own self-concept, it's really easy to get caught up in all of the BS that comes with social media and this superficial perception of what success actually is. And I have been pushed into the realm of creative entrepreneurship. I did not go looking for this. Let me just say that. I guess I landed into it right when I needed to. And like I was saying in the intro of this video, a lot of the times we sacrifice or we give up what we deem as being secure for the call or the pull to whatever our purpose and our passion is. And so over the last 3 years, it has been very difficult. I'm gonna be transparent. It's been very difficult as I've been on this journey, understanding that my bank account is not synonymous with the value of who I am and what I bring as a person. And so although I was pushed into this, I think that I have been adjusting as best as one could, right? But if I had to be completely honest and completely transparent with my journey, it has been a struggle understanding that who I am and the value I bring is not necessarily synonymous when my bank account does not reflect that, right? And so like I was saying in the intro, as a creative and entrepreneur, you understand when you sign up for this shit that you are not gonna get a guaranteed paycheck. And because you're not getting a guaranteed paycheck, it's an entire mindset shift that actually has to happen. You are taking on an entire new self-concept, an entire new identity, and your old ways of thinking, believing, and doing things are not going to necessarily match up in this new season of life that you're in. And so I have had to let go of a lot of old ideologies. I've had to let go of a lot of old self-concepts that I had about myself, ways of doing, being, and even perceiving myself in order to really enjoy this journey as a creative and as an entrepreneur. It's not easy to keep on showing up when the money ain't there, okay? As many of you know, if you're following me or if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos, I am a mother. I have 2 children. I have real life bills. I'm a grown adult. And it is not easy to continue to show up and smile on camera and laugh when you don't have all of your stuff together. And it is not easy to get up and show up on camera and want to put makeup on and smile and just be your happy self whenever you know they about to cut that phone off. Whenever you know you got to pay that storage fee. When you know you got child support payments to pay. No, but honestly and truly, it is not easy. There is no security net. Like, as a creative and as an entrepreneur, there's no security net. If you don't work, you don't eat. Even Buddy agrees. So, how do you still show up? If I'm gonna be honest, it's not easy. But I have had to learn something that's been very important and that's been very necessary on my journey, and that is understanding my creative cycle. I was still trying to sometimes apply the ways and the thinking and the being of working in a 9-to-5 setting in my creative entrepreneurship journey, and that's not how it goes. Any creative that's watching this video, any artist that's watching this video knows that inspiration comes, and it's kind of like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. It's like it comes, and sometimes as fast as it comes is as quickly as it leaves. And I have been learning how to better adapt to accepting whenever I have creative nudges, downloads, and taking immediate action in the moment. And then also, even if the immediate action is just me taking a note, right? It may not necessarily mean that I need to record the video right then and there, or I need to make the content right then and there, but it could just be that I need to write it down as soon as I get it, and it's something that I implement within my schedule to go back and revisit. But that is something that I had to learn. And because I probably have undiagnosed ADHD and a little touch of autism, it has been a struggle for me, guys. Like, it has been so hard for me navigating what my creative cycle looks like. And I had to realize, even in my struggle of trying to figure it out, it is okay. Here's the thing about being a creative and an entrepreneur. No one is doing what you're doing. Even if someone has the same skill, gift, or talent, the way that God chooses to use you or to work through you, the way your creativity chooses to work through you, is unique to every individual. And I have had to learn over the last 3 years the importance of resting at proper times, taking action at proper times, and also giving myself the space and the grace to figure it out. Because this is something I've never done before. And so there have been a lot of contributing factors from the time that I stopped working for Kaleidoscope until now to get me to this place of being. And one is really being secure within myself and within my creativity. When I've had those moments of doubt and I'm looking at my bank account and the money is looking funny, the change is looking strange. When I've gone through these moments, I literally just have to go back and I have to look at everything that I've done up until this point. I never forget the day that I was still living in Atlanta. I was staying over at my friend's house, and I was feeling like really down on myself, and I was praying. I had been praying about, like, what is my next steps? What am I supposed to be doing? And I was feeling like this loss of identity, I guess, because I think that I had wrapped my identity so much up in the company that I worked for that I kind of lost sight of who I am and the creative that I am. And so I was instructed as I was in prayer to go back and to airdrop like all of the videos that I had ever had a part in doing for this company. And it wasn't even just that, but like even as time has progressed from that moment into me creating my docu-series and everything, have gone back into the crates, y'all. Like, in episode 1 of my docu-series, you actually see footage from whenever I was in talented drama in high school. I've been in talented drama. I was in talented drama in middle school, and I was in talented drama in high school. And then I was reminded of all of the screenplays that I wrote while I was in college. I was reminded of the 30+ scripts that I wrote for the company, 5 of which became television commercials shown on national TV. And I had to remember, girl, you the GOAT. And so something that I do to kind of remind me and to keep me grounded within my self-worth is actually just going back and looking over all of the things that I've done and accomplished up until this point, and understanding that as I've been in this transitional period, that's just it. It's a transition, because during this transitional period, it's not like I haven't gotten paid, because I have. I've gotten paid multiple times. It's not like I have not worked with other brands and other companies, because I have. And so there has been so much work that's been going on. It's easy to want to still fit that salary that I was getting, that pay frequency that I was getting, all of those things, and trying to fit this into that new, trying to fit all of those old things into this new season of life that I'm in. And that's just not where we're at right now. And so I realized that it wasn't really even about a self-worth thing, but it was more so about letting go and shedding the old way of doing things. And I want to encourage you that as you're you may be stepping into this new season of life, or you may be in a transitional period, or you just may be in between blessings. You may be in between contracts or in between clients, whatever, right now. That does not take away from who you are and all of the work you've accomplished, all of the things that you've been able to do, not just in your life, but in the lives of other people and their companies as well. Money is just a tool. Money is a frequency, and it is a tool that we use to exchange goods and services between 2 or more parties. That is it. I think that one of the biggest issues that creatives will find is really the relationship we have with our creativity and the relationship we have with our idea of money and what money is. And again, believe me, I understand the bills come, but I had to realize that, back to what I was saying about showing up, is like, you'll never get to that financial freedom that you're looking for if you have not mastered your creative if you have not mastered your creative cycle. And once you begin to master and better understand yourself and how your creativity works and how you can work your creativity for you, then you can get a better rhythm in it, and you can become more consistent in the way that you do things. And it is through the consistency that you'll gain the finances that you're looking for to be able to fund this lifestyle that you want. But until then, there is a bit of shifting that has to happen, and that's normal, and that's okay. And you can't judge yourself so harshly for it. You can't be guilty about it. You can't look at, like, you just have to really look at your entire journey as objective as possible to be able to move forward and to get a regular cadence within the business and within your creativity. You are going to have to tap into something that is way deeper. Because I don't even really like thinking about God being outside of us, but God in us. But it's like you really have to tap deep into yourself with full faith, and knowing that if I keep on pushing, at some point my breakthrough is going to happen. If I keep on, because I know, listen, you got to know with full conviction that you've been called into this. And this is why so many small businesses fail. Not because of a lack of capital, not because of a lack of money, but because of a lack of faith and persistence. And here's the thing, nobody knows when that breakthrough is gonna happen. It feels like overnight successes for a lot of people that we see. It feels like overnight successes for a lot of viral moments that happen. But a lot of the times, especially on TikTok, if you go and you find a creator that you like, if you go back far enough, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, you're going to be able to visibly see when they only had 20 likes, 200 likes, versus the video that went viral and gave them 2 million views, an extra 20,000 followers, and now they actually have someone to sell their item or whatever it is that they've created to. Right? It's so important to continue to show up for yourself, even when your bank account doesn't reflect what it is that you think that you're worth. Even when your inventory doesn't reflect, or lack of inventory doesn't reflect how good you think your product is. Even when your studio is filled with all of these pieces that no one's come to buy yet, or no one's come to see yet, it's important to still show up, because the thing about viral moments, or your audience actually finding you, is, let's say you do go viral, right? Going viral without having anything to actually show to people once they actually come to you is just a waste of a viral moment. And so you have to, you remember how old black people used to say, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready? In this game of creativity and in this game of entrepreneurship, you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I look back on a lot of the videos that I've made on my Instagram, on my TikTok, and like I said, y'all, I have had many days where I have questioned, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And I go back and I look, it wasn't that long ago, I was having one of those moments, and I went back and I counted, and just on my YouTube channel alone, from the moment I started it, if you add all of the shorts and all of the videos I've posted over 1,000 videos. It doesn't seem like a lot, right? Because I started my channel back in 2022. That's not including all of the videos I posted on both of my Instagram pages. That's not to count all of the videos that I have posted on my TikTok. That does not count all of the podcast episodes that I have posted on my podcast and edited those. That does not take into account all of the things I've created for other brands. And again, it's like so easy, because we don't have a certain amount of money in the bank account to prove that we did the work. We want to discredit everything that we've done, and all of the work and all of the time that's gone into perfecting it. There's this whole concept. It's like, in order to become a master of anything, you've had to at least put in 10,000 hours of work. So then you kind of have to be realistic with yourself and say, am I putting in the work like I need to get the results that I'm looking for? And if I have been consistently putting in the work, then it's only a matter of time before the audience will come. There's only a matter of time before the viral moment will come. There's only a matter of time before my bank account catches up with the person that I have become on this journey. And that's the most beautiful thing about this